Welcome to Holts Estate, one of Oldham's most talked about neighbourhoods. Tucked away on the edge of Manchester, this estate has carried a reputation for years. Stories of crime, antisocial behaviour and community struggles have shaped how outsiders see it. But behind the headlines and statistics, is there a deeper story? In this video we'll explore the truth behind Holts Estate's reputation, what's really happening here today and whether change is finally on the horizon. Starting off in the centre of the estate, we have a few local shops that don't look to be too active right now. They don't even bother with windows here in case they get smashed. Now as we go around the estate, you'll notice the place is dripped out in England flags, including the stones here. Just across the road from the shops, we have the estate's giant donut statue. Not sure what it represents. It looks like there's a fair bit of construction that has been going on for a while as well. Bit of fly tipping with your fridge. This might be the biggest flag on the estate. Going around the estate, you'll notice a lot of CCTV cameras. Again, across the road is a few more shops that look mostly closed. We'll take a quick look at the back of the shops here just before we move on into the estate. Again, more cameras for you. Everything is fenced off here, not leaving anything about to get robbed. Doesn't look too great. And this space here used to be a load of garages which look like they've been knocked down now, exposing a few back gardens. So as we head on into the estate, this building looks like it's been left looking knackered for a while now. No idea what it's for. This has seen better days, whatever it used to be. Just taking a look at some of the housing around here. There looks to be as many flags as there are cameras. So to give you an idea of some of the housing around here, the estate holds a large number of social and affordable homes like flats and houses, as well as private properties such as detached, semi-detached, terraced houses and bungalows. The area also includes age-exclusive sheltered housing for elderly people. Some of these front gardens could do with a bit of care. You do get a strong smell of weed going round here. And so this is the back of the only other set of shops here on the estate. Red Rose Food and Wine looks like your standard newsagents. Plenty of graffiti tags at the back here. Of course, what most people will do when hanging around the shops is probably just dump their rubbish down the side here. So you've got Immy's Charcoal Grill and the newsagents as your only other set of shops. Coming onto the front of the estate, some of the front gardens again don't look to be in the best condition. These homes here look to be equipped for the elderly. And looking at the main entrance to the estate here, you can see the amount of flags on display. Another camera watching the main entrance of the estate. A few boarded up windows here, even though it looks like people are still living in these flats. So before we move on, let's take a look at some of the crimes happening here and why the Holts Estate gained its reputation. So what kind of crimes are happening here? Local planning housing studies mention high levels of antisocial behaviour, such as vandalism, nuisance neighbours and abandoned flats being burnt out. Data sources show Holts has a relatively high risk of personal crime, burglary, theft, vehicle crime, when compared with nearby wards. The wider Oldham area, which Holts sits within, has had some serious incidents including weapons-related disorder, vehicle collisions, large groups causing disturbance. For example, a Section 60 order was imposed across streets including Holts Lane after a night of armed disorder. Just to give you an idea of some recent crimes over the years. Burglaries. In May 2025, Ellis Diamond and Harrison Chedderton were jailed for a series of burglaries between May and June 2024 in Oldham. The men stole valuables and vehicles worth £188,000. Antisocial behaviour. In April 2022, residents and authorities formed a community focus group to tackle antisocial behaviour on the estate. Drug trafficking. In December 2021, a man involved in a large-scale drug operation was sentenced. The operation was linked to other investigations in the Oldham area and involved a supply of Class A drugs. Child neglect. In August 2014, a 3-week-old baby died on the Holts Estate. Police arrested a woman on suspicion of causing death by overlaying whilst intoxicated. So why has Holts Estate gained its reputation? Holts is on the outer fringes of Oldham, combining older council estate housing with semi-rural industrial edges, which makes it feel isolated and more vulnerable. Housing surveys and residents' feedback flagged the estate for problems such as lack of police presence, litter, vandalism and poor estate upkeep. These factors contribute to the perceptions of it being rougher. Online resident commentary reinforces the idea of a cheap place to live because of its bad reputation. The social stigma feeds the reputation itself. So again, at the front here, you can see the hills surrounding the estate, as well as the tower of Holts Head Pike off in the distance. I look at some more of the housing here. So this front drive looks like it's been done up, but right opposite them across the road is this. May as well be comfy when you're sat in your front garden, I guess. You'll always find mattresses lay about these kinds of estates. And so here's a look at some of the flats here. Not sure if it's just for the elderly folk, but there's a lot of construction going on. The front of these look a bit knackered. Just down the road here we have the Alexandra family hub, and right opposite is a huge park which is looking pretty empty. Checking out some more of the houses and the front yards along here. Some are in better shape than others. I think that's another fridge that's been left out here. Now it is very quiet around the whole estate. This is being filmed midday. Let's see if we can't find anyone who will have a chat. Okay, so as you were saying, how long have you lived around here?
I've lived down there for 12 years.
12 years. Great, okay.
Maybe a bit longer because of my daughter.
Right, I see. And so over time, I mean, I've heard different things about the estate.
Yeah.
Would you say it lives true to its reputation, or?
Not now.
Not now?
Not now.
Okay. It's quieting down a lot.
It's quieting down a lot, and I think all the bad eggs have got off, to be honest.
I was going to say, it seems pretty quiet around.
It is, this is what it's like. It can vary at night time.
Okay.
Depending on...
That's when it picks up.
That's when it picks up, and it's...
Is it mostly kids, like antisocial, or is it anything heavier, like adults, or?
It's adults.
Adults. Are we talking like drugs?
If you walk
assault.
around, you'll be able to smell.
Right.
Anyway.
I thought I did, yeah, a little bit
you'll
before.
You'll be able to smell certain aspects of what's going on. But yeah, and it's at night times, at weekends, maybe at weekends.
Mostly at weekends, so. Okay. But most of the time in the day, I mean, like you said, a bit of a ghost town.
It's quiet, it's like this.
Right, but they all come out at night. That's
and it changes when the sun comes out in summer.
I see. So, for things to change in that sense, was anything done to the estate, like extra police or whatnot, or did the people just move away?
Nothing's been done.
Nothing's been done?
Nothing's been done.
Right.
They did try to do like a community thing round there with the back of the woodland, and they were like getting all the community together and planting pots, but somebody nicked the plants, and
right. So you try and do something nice. And
somebody trashed it, and now it's just closed off, which is such a shame because it was like it was going to be for the community doing vegetables and stuff.
That's it, right? They try and come up with things, but then other people ruin it.
Yeah, it's like the park as well. Like they do things on the park now and again, and
I just dropped by there.
Build new things on it, and then next news it's the older kids that spoil it for the younger ones sometimes, and
that's it.
But there's nothing.
Okay. I mean, the most I've seen is the park and everything that they have on the park.
Yeah.
But other than that, you'd say that there's nothing at all, really.
There's nothing. If we've got to go somewhere, we've got to venture out. Like now, I go to Oldham now.
Okay.
To do food shop. So like, when that weren't there, when the co-op shut.
Right.
We had to
go out a distance.
Go out the distance. We had to travel. We had to, and as you can tell, it's not a good. It's not an area that's.
You don't really feel too safe of a night going round.
No.
Right. Okay.
Not round here.
But in that sense, I mean, you just said yourself, you might feel it a little bit now. Would you say that's eased over time?
Yeah,
then?
It's like you can tell. It's quiet during the day. It's like when the sun comes out in summer. That's when they all sit out and they
I see.
Do things again in the summer, but other than that.
So it's more active then, you'd say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. But I mean, as for generally, you're pretty happy with the rest of it?
Oh, so sad. I want to get off, to be honest with you.
That's often the case, when you live somewhere for a while.
Yeah. I just want to get off. I've had things happen to me recently that I just want to.
You just want to be out of the environment.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
My kids are getting older now as well, so it's like I just want to get off. I want to be on the other side where everything is.
Yeah, I was going to say there's not much shops or anything, is there?
No, we're down to one bus, which used to be two, which used to go into Leeds, but now they stopped that one a while ago.
Wow.
So for the older generation, they've got, like we said, we have to go all the way around just to get.
All the way around the world just to get back.
Just to get somewhere, yeah. If you're not walking it, you've got to taxi it. If you're not taxiing it, you're buzzing it into town.
I see. Yeah, I mean, even driving in here, you can tell. Even going out there, all the hills and such.
Yeah. Which I like it for that. I like it for the countryside.
A little bit of isolation.
Yeah, I like it for that aspect, but I don't like it where there's nothing at all.
That's it. Which probably causes some of the troubles in that sense.
Yeah, because there's nothing else to do around here. If you go out on the other side where Rudderfield Road is, and you see all the shops, Tesco's, B&M, everything else, and then you come over this side and it's like...
World of difference.
It is. It's just like... But I've always said they've got the tram in town. They should do the tram because my daughter goes to sixth form in college. That they should... She's got to go around the houses just to go to Ashton.
Right.
That they should do a tram going down.
Yeah, exactly.
That road.
I mean, they have enough tram works and the
Yeah,
rest of the
but they
place.
they used to have a bus that went straight down, and they discontinued that as well.
See, and if you don't feel too safe when it gets darker as well, it's not ideal trying to get
Exactly.
around, right?
Exactly.
Okay, but-
So like say if they had something that was a bit more on this side.
A bit more investment into the
Yeah,
place,
a bit
really.
more investment, yeah.
Great.
Like the last time they did investment, which you can tell, but it's all going to be tatty, with all the houses and the houses.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell different spots, it's all a bit hit and miss along the way.
Well,
But-
that one must be a private house because they didn't give the chance for private
I see.
people turned it down for the frontage and stuff because they said it would impact on their housing, but I think it impacts because it stands out more than.
Well, yeah, exactly right. A lot of them are copy paste at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, just to summarise then, your goal, like you said, you've been here a while, but ideally you'd like to get yourself out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah.
Okay.
But they need to just invest a bit more on this side. Like even the shops that are local, if you go around that end, you'll see that they're just outboarded up.
Oh, yeah, I've seen.
Bricked up, and
Construction, all the rest.
I call them, my nickname for it is the shameless shops, because it's just like, it just looks like something from
Shameless. Yeah. No,
there's nothing else, there's nothing.
no, you bang on with that. I was thinking myself before.
It just looks like it's...
It could do with some work,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that sense, that's all the questions I really have.
Yeah.
But thanks for your time in that sense.
No,
That was
that's
great.
fine.
It's been difficult trying to find anyone.
No, I'll say anything, me, because I'm open about it when everybody comes down.
Perfect.
Because, like I say, it did have a bad reputation years ago, and a lot of places do, like Durkham and Shoulder and stuff like that, and Coldest and stuff.
Well, exactly, and you don't really want them going into the wrong crowd and all that.
That's
So.
what I mean. Like everything all changes over years. Families come off and things change, but this place seems to have gone quiet, but they've not put nothing in.
That's it.
And when they have tried, it's vandalised or.
That's it, right? Yeah, and they just give up.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully for the future.
Like I don't even know who my housing officer is.
Oh, really?
I knew the old person years ago when I first moved on here, but other than that, I don't even know the housing officer.
Wow.
They don't come round. They don't.
It's like landlords that only when they want the money or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, but that's
all for
that's what you see around here.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your help, then.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Thank you. So just before we move on, let's have a look at what are the underlying issues here on the estate and what is being actively done to improve things. Economic deprivation. Holts has lower household incomes and high deprivation. Income deprivation, fewer services compared with many other parts of England. Physical isolation and infrastructure. Because it's somewhat peripheral, transport links, local amenities and enforcement may lag. This can create spaces less actively monitored or maintained. Housing and estate design issues. Older estate layouts, less investment and issues of neglect, communal spaces may make it easier for nuisance and antisocial behaviour to occur. Perception and cycle of neglect. Once an area gets seen as problematic, investment and public confidence falls, which can lead to fewer resources and then more crime or fear of crime. Community disconnection. Some reports mention residents feeling left behind or not enough community cohesion, which can weaken informal social controls that deter crime. Taking a look at some of the police actions that are taking place to improve the community. There is community engagement in response to concerns. Greater Manchester Police has worked with residents, the local council and First Choice Homes Oldham to establish a community focus group to address issues. Law enforcement. Police have worked to bring serious offenders to justice, as seen in the sentencing of the burglars in the 2024 spree. Operations. A large-scale drug operation in 2021, Operation Venetic, led to arrests and convictions in Oldham, including a man from the Holts Estate who was using encrypted devices to communicate with other drug dealers. And to give you an idea of some of the initiatives and improvements that are underway here, First Choice Homes Oldham, with partners, held an estate-wide clean-up on Holts involving pupils from St Hugh's C of E Primary School, council teams and community groups They cleaned litter, trimmed hedges and improved walking routes around Wildmoor Avenue, Covert Road and Course View to make the area safer for children and parents. FCHO's neighbourhood plan for Holts includes weekly estate walkabouts on Fridays, with participation from the local PCSOs and Greater Manchester Police to increase visible policing and engage with residents. They promise action on any reported anti-social behaviour and regular updates. Local council secured funding to refurbish the multi-use games area in Holts and support adjacent communities' green space projects. This aims to provide positive youth engagement and improved communal amenities. The Oldham Community Safety Partnership, involving Oldham Council, Greater Manchester Police and other agencies, operates locally with explicit strategies to reduce crime, antisocial behaviour, drug misuse and reoffending in neighbourhoods including Holts. A community hub project, the charity ROC, in partnership with the police, opened an extended hub space in Holts as a dedicated local community centre, funded in part by seized criminal proceeds money. And so just checking out the last parts of the estate here. You can smell the weed again round here. Looks a bit of a mess. This part does look like a good area for a kickabout. You can see here the estates link on but are closed off for cars driving through. I've just lost count of the flags now. Another sofa left out. If it's not a fridge around here, it's a sofa. And just heading out by the far end of the estate, you have the Ashbourne House care home. As you come out along the front of the estate, you will see a number of these flat blocks. Now, one of these blocks were seen to one of the more vicious crimes here in the Holts Estate in 2017, where a vulnerable man was tortured and killed in his flat by perpetrators looking for drug money. They were later sentenced in 2018. So just to give you an idea of how isolated the estate might feel, here you can see the open field surrounding it just as you come outside the estate. Heading back in, we'll check out some more of the flats. Looks a bit knackered. And now right at the back of the estate, there are a number of paths accessible on foot, which lead to a large forested area, as well as Holts Lane, which splits the estate off from other neighbourhoods in the area, further isolating it. Oh man, it's a little stash back here. People have burnt stuff out. It's their own little tip yard. Of course there's a mattress as well. So the rain started to kick up just as we start to explore this part. These are some tiny steps to get down if you have big feet. Plenty of tinnies down here. Proper little quiet country path right at the back of the estate. You can imagine people get up to whatever they want down here pretty much. You've got a stream running through the back here. This is a perfect place for anyone who has a bike. Doing donuts around this little island. You've got more chairs and stuff dumped out here as well. It is very isolated back here. Got a little stream to get through here. So just going further along this path here, looks like this is the road that cuts the estate off from everywhere else. Plenty of roots about here. So overall, Holts Estate's reputation for crime and antisocial behaviour stems from a mix of real issues, from theft and disorder to long-standing antisocial behaviour, all made worse by economic and physical isolation, years of underinvestment, and the stigma that seems to feed itself. But behind that reputation are real people trying to make change. From clean-up days to new community hubs and youth spaces, there's a sense that Holts is fighting back against the label it's been given. It's still a tough place, still got its challenges, but it's also a community that refuses to be written off. This is the Holts Estate, rough around the edges but far from finished.